This is what it's like pulling into a working marina while we get ready to launch the boat and seeing what's going on right now. That's my boat up ahead, right there with the cover on it. And here we go. I'm here and getting a first look at the boat to see what I've got to do here. Tonight's job is to get the winter cover off and try and get the batteries up and inside it to get ready to launch. So the question often is, how do I get everything up to the boat when all I have is a Jeep? Simple. I tie my ladder onto the spare tire, and then if you've ever played Tetris, everything gets packed up inside. Sails are up in front, stacked up there, bedding, coolers, paint, batteries, and everything else. And on to the next phase. Ropes, so you can see all the, and then we're going to go up aboard and see how things look inside and then start pulling this winter cover off, which is always a challenge. But the winds aren't too bad right now, so it shouldn't be too awful. This is a quick look what it's like inside the cover, looking down the hull up towards the bow and see the cover. And right now it's a comfortable 97 degrees in here. So we'll unzip this and put an air in here and start getting the cover off. So the next phase of cover removal is to start unzipping everything, and like we have over here, so we can see the other boat next to us and start getting a view of the outside. Kind of cool. Yeah, that's the wheel over there tied out of the way. Just makes it easier. Here we go. Okay, that's unzipped. Now I'm going to drop it to the ground. Here we go. I use the word we a lot. I don't know why. It's always just me doing this. Off, down on the ground, we're on board. Let's see how bad things look down below here. Slide the forward, open the hatches. And first look. Cushions everywhere. Oh, not too bad, actually. That's the mattress for the back. Back cabin. Up forward looks good. These are to keep bugs, and it doesn't smell as mildewy in here. Refrigerator looks good. Sink looks okay. The mattress pad looks fine. No damage. No marks. Pretty cool. We have the cover off. The boat's opened up and airing out. And next phase tonight is to get all the batteries aboard and start powering up the system. Great fun. Here's a quick look at the marina. Some of the power boats. My slip is on the other side. A few up against the bulkhead here. And a spectacular sunset looking up the fairway. Here we are at the end of the docks. And things are looking pretty good. We're underneath Suzi Q, and we've just finished greasing the propeller, which seems a little odd. However, this is a full feathering propeller, and it eliminates something called prop walk. They feather to be completely out of the way of the water, and they give you almost another half knot. Some would argue even another 3/4 of a knot of speed. And on a sailboat, that's close to 15 improvement. So they're kind of cool. They're brutally simple. And if you maintain them, they last a lifetime. The hull has been polished. The boot stripe's been polished. Bimini and the Dodger top are up. What we're doing is we're prepping all the lines. So as you can see, the line goes directly from the cleat of the boat out to the dock or whatever you're going to tie to. And then we drape them over the pulpit like this so the yard hands can grab them when we get launched. It makes it a lot easier. As we look down the boat, we see we have fenders ready to go and the lifelines have been removed so you can easily access either the port or the starboard side of the boat to get on or off when we go into the well. It just makes a launch so much smoother. Now I'll pick up a few tons of sailboat and we're ready for transportation. So we pull out the boat on the cradle in the carrier out of its winter hibernation spot, and we start pushing it towards the well. Pretty cool, actually, to watch this connection. Don't kid yourself. These guys have been doing it, and they are very good at it. A little bit different angle, you can see the size of the travel lift and the size of the boat. And there we go. Process of lifting the sailboat out of the tray. An unexpected surprise out of the cradle. We have a robin's nest. We're going to have to reset that so that the mama can find these again. And now we move the boat over the well to go in the water. Suzi Q is officially in her slip in the water, obviously. And we're over here on Stephenson Island. And things are actually looking good. I didn't get a chance to video getting over here because my hands were a little full driving the boat. As you can see, I park my boat backing it in. It's a little harder to do for a lot of people, but once you learn how to master it, it makes getting on and off of the boat extremely easy. Basically, you walk up like we're doing right now, you step across, and boom, you're in. The harbor master, his mate, and their children are out giving us the once-over. We're getting the jib installed on the Suzi Q. Looking good so far. Well, step one is to get the sail bag out from the boat and up onto the dock here. That's the mainsail in the bag right there. I'm going to lay it out here on the dock and put the battens in. Okay, let's get busy rolling this thing out here. There's the head plate right there. That's the top that's the part that goes to the top of the mast, made of aluminum. You don't want to drop that onto the hull. It'll bust a hole right in through pretty much everything. All right, get it laid out here, and there we are, laid out, flaked up. So what we'll do now is we'll kind of pull it apart here a little bit, find out where to install the battens, and get those tied in. We're going to put a batten in the pocket here in the sail. It's a little hard to see, not a lot of contrast here, but this just slides right on in, and it helps give the sail a lot of stiffness and shape so that you can basically sail better. Mainsail is now laying on the boat, and we're going to start attaching it to the Harken Battcar system, which is really requires a lot of patience. We're on the mast, and we've got the head plate attached to the halyard, and it's going up. And then this particular boat has what's called a Harken Battcar system, and these slide up and down, and they allow the sail to drop very rapidly, and you attach them one of these devices and you just kind of set it in the pin there and lock it in. When you're out there and you need to drop the sails quick, this is a really good system. Everything is installed. I'm going to show you a little bit of a unique thing about the mast on this boat. This boat has a B&R rig. Basically, it's a tall mast. From the top of the mast, way up at the top, you see the arc in it. It's got over 12 inches of rake to the back. What that does, it allows you to really, really crank on the mainsail to get a little bit of a lift to it and propel the boat right along. Kind of interesting. Mainsail is up and installed and it's stretching out. It's fully out on the boom. I've got it pulled all the way out, and I'm letting the boom hang off to the port side here, kind of allowing everything to straighten out a little bit. We've got everything taut along the mast. Everything looks nice. When you look here in the shadow, you can see all the reinforcement and how the sail is manufactured. Typical racing sail. Lets the boat go fast. The ducks are busy inspecting my work. The sails are installed. They're in the sail bag right now. And it's a pretty nice evening.